not so good. Woo! I'm greasy, and my light is showing all the greasiness. Okay, that's too dark. Y'all know I've been having problems with my lights. Okay, let's go have to work. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Everybody, what's up? This is your girl, Nikki, with the Homeschool Life. And y'all, I am kicking off VLOGTOBER 2019, day one. And I'm doing that with a get to know me tag, a little Q&A if y'all show up in the chat today, but a little get to know me tag so you guys can get to know me, your girl, a little bit better or a whole lot better, because some of y'all is nosy, and that's fine because I'm nosy too. So what a VLOGTOBER is where you vlog every single day, like every single day. And I'm going to do that every single day for 31 days straight. So y'all be patient. It might not be pretty, but I'm going to do it because when I start something, I finish something. So the videos will be live like tonight, or they'll be recorded, but live or recorded to the moon and back. I'm going to be here on your screen every day. So let's get ready to go on this journey. But before we do, please hit that notification bell. Really, like seriously, hit that bell. And then click it again, hit subscribe, and then click the bell like once or twice. So you see the little parentheses around the bell. That means every time I upload, your behind's going to know that I did something. So let's get started. Okay, so I printed out like 30 questions, and then I found like 30 more questions. So I might make this a part 1 and a part 2. So we'll see how long this goes. Let's see, it is, it's 5:20 dinner in about an hour. So let me see what I can get done before my kids come knocking on the door. So question number 1, where did you grow up, Nikki? Well, I'm a military brat. I don't say army. I'm a military brat because my dad, bless his heart, rest in power, daddy, was a Marine. I was born on the East Coast, and I lived in Georgia. I lived in California, and then I moved to Texas, where I spent most of my formative years, really. So really, Texas, namely Houston, is home. So what's up, H-Town? And I love Houston. I love Texas. I miss Texas dearly, but that's where I put my roots down. That's where I call home. Question number 2. Have you ever gone to college? Yes, too much of it. I have an undergrad degree in journalism and public relations, and I have a master's in education, and schools that don't give degrees, I've been, whether it was for writing, screenwriting, acting, what else? Foreign service, all kinds. I'm a lifelong learner. So I'm always in somebody's school. So, but for college, yes. What is your spirit animal and why? My spirit animal, my favorite one, or at least one that I resonate with, would be the owl. And I know that's so obvious, but let me get comfortable in here because y'all gonna have me talking for a while. So the owl, well, the owl is known for being wise, but it sees everything. It sees in the light and it sees in the dark. And that really resonates with me. And so I liken an owl, what I tell my son is when you're trying to decipher what's going on in the world around you, you have to kind of be an owl. Number 1, you have to rotate 360, see everything all around you. And everything all around you means really all sides to a story, even with things that don't agree or align with your values. You still need to know what the other story is, just so you know. Makes you a well-rounded person, helps you form your thoughts and your actions. But also the owl sees in the dark. And a lot of us can't see in the dark. Well, like physically, yeah, but we can't see things because we put ourselves in the dark. We put that veil over ourselves, and the owl can see through that. So that resonates with me. So yes, the owl is my spirit animal. Let's see. You're wearing perfume. What scent? What scent is it? Oh my gosh, I am always wearing perfume. Sometimes I forget what I have on, and I'm like, let me just spray some more on, and I'll have on like 5 kinds of perfumes. But I'm wearing something from the Fragonard, which is a perfumery in the south of France. And when I used to live in France, I went there with a couple of friends, and I bought this little tiny vial of perfume oil. It's like all these flowers, and you pick these flowers, they press them and do the little voodoo magic, and then you have a custom made perfume. It's French perfume, and I've always loved that. So I've always tried to get perfume, or as we say, smell goods. I always try to get, if not a custom blend, there are places in the US that do that, not at the level that the Fragonard does in France, but custom oils, Swiss Arabian oils. I love oils. They last longer. There aren't that many impurities in them if you get the right kind from the right kind of vendor. And I really like those. So, and also perfume bottles. So I have like so many of these, and really lovely vials where I can pour my oils in. So I like that. What sports do you play or have you played? Lord, I did everything. I did everything. Considering my parents never put me in any kind of camp, training, team, or anything like in elementary school, by the time I got to middle school, I played volleyball on the team, basketball, I ran track. I did everything in track. I ran the 100, the 400, the 800, the 1x400 relay. I did long jump, short jump. So I was like in everything. And then I was on drill team. And so I stopped playing sports just to do that. And then flag football, just like with college kids. And yeah, that's it. So, and I miss being on a team. I really miss being on a team. I miss that camaraderie and that competition. So there you go. Okay. What else? What is your favorite movie? Inception. Okay, let me back it up. Sorry, Prince. I've offended you. My favorite movie of all time is Purple Rain. Of course, it's Purple Rain. Purple Rain. If you can see behind here, I got purple. Everything is like a monument to Prince. It's Purple Rain. But now, when the movie came out, it's Inception with Jennifer. Is that Jennifer Connelly? Yeah, Jennifer Connelly and Leonardo DiCaprio. And what I like about Inception is I like really exploring that dream state. And Inception takes that to the 5th level. It's like it blows Memento out the water. It blows all of these other movies that kind of deal with not parallel universes or the holographic universe, but just your awakened state versus your sleep state, and what state are you really in. And you can get all esoteric about that, but that is my favorite movie, bar none. I can watch that every time and still take something away about it. The further I get with my studies, the more I get out of the movie. Okay, what else? Let's see. Have you read any books that changed your life? Oh, Lord. I change my life like every couple of months. Change is good. I'm consistent with change. Like, I am a big reader. I'm a voracious reader, and that is my lifeline. I pulled some books out because for me, there's no one book. It's a book for different seasons and phases in my life. So when I was in college, Lord, don't get me emotional. When I was in college, or about to go off to college, no, my freshman year in college, my big sis, oh my Lord, I love her to life. She was already in the military. She was a young adult, a young lady, out in the world, taking care of business. She always thought about me, and she always wrote me letters, and she had the best penmanship. And she sent this book to me, Acts of Faith. Well, I had faith that my kids were not going to tear this book up, but you know, they just cut through it. But anyway, Acts of Faith by Iyanla Vanzant. And this is when Iyanla, I can never say her name. Iyanla first came out on the scene back in the early 90s. And she sent this to me with a beautiful inscription, and I will share it because that just shows you how bomb my sister is. Y'all wish y'all had a big sister like this. And this was, let me tell you, I mean, so many bookmarks, folded pages, earmarks, everything. Just, if you don't have that auntie, big sis, mom, that woman, that lady that can get in your ear and help guide you down your life path, this helps. This really helps. And their affirmations, they're all about, and their affirmations. This is daily meditations for people of color. And so this helped me in the beginning as a young woman in the world, but in the college bubble, okay? Then when I got into the real world as a young working woman, an adult, trying to figure out what's payroll tax and how does insurance work? Like, how do I know what I need? Like, if I get sick, is it going to cost me this or that? Like, this world was such a mystery. So somehow I figured it out. I moved to New York and I was working there, and I was like, if I can make it here, I can really make it anywhere. But I was doing a lot. I was working for a big media conglomerate in Times Square, and the women around me, y'all see why I stay home. Those women were no joke. I mean, very highly educated and just laser driven, I was like scared of them. But one of the ladies that I worked with, and actually I lived with her for a while, because I lived in Queens and I was commuting to Times Square and it was wearing me down. And then she helped me get a place in Manhattan. Okay. But this is, can you see this? Meditations for Women Who Do Too Much by Ann Wilson Shape. See if you can see that. In case you want to just cop a copy of that. Oh, here we go. That's how I have to do it. This one, well, this one really speaks to just basically Black folks and just how to get through the day-to-day stress of living that double life. This one talks to women, how you cloak yourself and protect yourself in the workforce, at school, in your family, in your relationships, all of that. How to deal with your certain emotions. So this is really, really, really good. Okay. Then, y'all, I could spend a whole, you know what? I'm going to do a video just on my favorite books because I got 6 or 7 books here, but I'll go through real fast. So diet and health wise, I've been the same weight that I've been since college, maybe like 10 pounds, like right now, 10 pounds heavier. But I've never been more than like 10 pounds heavier from my college weight, unless you count being pregnant. And one of the reasons why is how to eat to live. Nothing fancy, no frills, just straight in your face. Look, it's literally like the book is like, look, girl, you gonna follow this and you gonna keep your health and your sanity and your waistline. So by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live. Okay, very simple. And you know what? My husband's mom, she lived a very long old age, trim, healthy, and she was doing like 2 or 3 of the practices in here, and she's kind of racist. And I was like, you doing all this stuff? She came around though because she had no choice. But anyway, so for health, this was pivotal. I'm showing you pivotal books, guys. For my Black folks, you trying to navigate this world and you don't have mentors, you don't have brothers or sisters who can get in your ear and tell you how to be on code. Y'all know Neely Fuller. He actually, he's on YouTube. He's on, I want to say the cows. It's not called Neely Fuller though, but just type his name in, and he comes on. He's weekly, and he puts out like 2 little small segments, but he has a 1 long segment. But anyway, the United Independent Compensatory Code System concept, and basically Neely's famous quote is, "If you don't understand white supremacy, everything else will confuse you." And in this day and age, is very dangerous, especially for our Black sons out there on the streets. You really need to be on code, and this will help you get on code. All right, moving over to the family. Okay, so then I started popping out babies. And this, now I read this when I was in college. This is Chancellor Williams. This is a seminal work, The Destruction of Black Civilization. This is what you need to read to your babies. There is no age. Read while they're in the womb. Read this to them, because this will help give them that anchor. It will allow them to stand on their square and go out in the world knowing where they come from, what's been taken from them, and how to get it back. All right, so anyway, I got more books, but I know I'm getting long-winded, but let me just do these books right here. So for homeschooling, okay, so I have my babies, and I'm reading that stuff to them, and then I decide my kids are in school, and then I realize I got to yank them out of school and homeschool. Well, this, Susan Wise Bauer, The Well-Trained Mind, A Guide to Classical Education. This definitely changed my life. And then when I started having hiccups in homeschool, it was related to math, because I had an issue with math. I got this, Mathematical Mindsets by Jo Boaler. And she gets this from Carol Dweck, who wrote The Growth Mindset. Both seminal works, but this one helped change my thinking with how I approach math with my children. And baby, my little, let me tell you how much this book worked. My oldest son was in 2nd grade competing in math competitions and tearing stuff up. I think he's done like at least 27 math competitions. He's in 7th grade now. He's already in high school math, and he'll be in college math the following school year. So that's how much, from someone who struggled with fractions and everything to my babies excelling far beyond my imagination. That's a wonderful book. And then for my middle son, who was diagnosed with autism, he was 3, and I never talked about this because I didn't want to put that out there until I had a discussion with him to see how he felt about that information being out. He's like, okay, well, Mom, if it can help people, then that's fine. You know what? You always think, how am I doing with my kids? Am I effing them up? Are they retaining anything? Is the sacrifice of motherhood worth it? And then you just hear little jewels that they drop, and you're like, we all right. We all right. Your heart is this big, your brain is even bigger, and your vision is up here. So we're going to be all right. So anyway, but the wolves that come around you, y'all moms know that have kids just with special needs, period. Y'all know all the professionals and the doctors and the psychologists and the schools and then people on the street. You need your armor. So I read this, and this helped me. The Thinking Moms Revolution. You see that? The Thinking Moms Revolution. You need to get that on Amazon. And this is by Helen Conroy and Lisa Goes. I don't think she says goes, but goes or gauze. That will help you get those horse blinders on to be able to, like, when negativity comes your way, bloop. When mean people, well-meaning people come your way, bloop, and you just focus on your child. So this helped me reading other people's stories. It's all about stories, you know, a good stories. This helped me get real straight and laser focused. And after that, everything was real gravy. And then the last book I'll end with, are we still doing Get to Know Me? Lord, okay, y'all know I'm long-winded, but just hang with me. I'll do a part 2. Enzymes for Autism and Other Neurological Conditions by Karen DeFelice. Now this one, I didn't read the whole book. There were 2 parts in the book that I wanted more information about, and this book was a reference for that. And it was this book that sent me to a forum, and the forum, you know how we get with those forums, moms, talked about this. And let me tell you, you know, everything from the GAPS to the Dan diet, the GAPS diet, excuse me, everything that's out there works. That jump started us, and my son was on that path. And sometimes part of it is they outgrow a lot of things. But my middle son, he's faded from all of his services, and he's, you know, he's always been in gen ed classes when he was in public school. But I mean, he participates in karate competitions. He places in them. He's like 2nd or 3rd year doing that and placing. He does camps, you know, he's neurotypical acting, if you will. So there you go. So, whew, I know y'all, that was long. All right, if y'all left, y'all can come back into the room. Do you have bad habits? Child, I talk too much. I talk too much. I go off on tangents. How about that? Bad habits. It's a nasty bad habit. I don't know if I want to share it with y'all. It involves my teeth and my nails. That doesn't sound good though. But bad habits would be doing like multitasking, doing 20 things at the same time. So like today I was multitasking with the kids with homeschool stuff, cooking something, and then answering questions and thinking about VLOGTOBER stuff. I put some drumsticks in a crock pot and I turned it on, didn't add any water, any sauce, any barbecue sauce, nothing. And I'm like, oh God, what's that smell? Burned the bottom of the chicken. So multitasking is not really good, y'all. Are you vegetarian, paleo, keto? How do you identify yourself? I don't like labels, especially with a child with special needs. And I hate saying that. I don't like labels. We reject labels. And I don't like that label because once you have that label, people put that nice little box around you. And heaven forbid, if you stick an arm out that box, you're like, but you said, and all of that. So I don't really like to proclaim anything. Hold on, guys. I'm going to turn this light off because it's really harsh and this is really dark. Let me see if I can turn another light on. So I'm going to talk loud while I turn on another light. Turn off the lights. So I don't really like to give a label, but I am vegetarian, and most of the time I'm vegan. My family is not. My husband most definitely is a meat eater, and my kids are both, but they get at least 2 meals throughout the week, like that day, that are vegan. Most, like their breakfast is almost always vegan. So they have a little balance between meat choices and plant-based choices. All right, moving along. How would you describe your fashion sense? It is feminine, not romantic feminine, and kind of girly. I mean, look at the shirt, y'all. I like things, embellishments. I love embellishments. So you see all the grommets, the little bullets, and you know, I love bracelets, lots of jewelry. Oh my gosh, y'all, I am greasy as easy. As greasy as I want to be. I like hair and high heels and dresses. Before my left leg got kind of scarred up with a really bad shaving incident, I was really sensitive about my legs. I was always in a dress or skirt. I love dresses and I love skirts. I love being very feminine and very ladylike. So that is my fashion sense. So, and I like really unique clothing. So there you go. And I'm at 24. Let's do one more question. Describe your first crush. Ooh, I got a story for y'all. This was 4th grade, elementary school, obviously. And I'm not going to say his name because he's on my Facebook page and he'll know it's him. But GM, those are his initials. There's a lot of GMs in my school, so they won't know. And they all look good. So I had a crush on him. Let's just call him Denzel. And so my best friend and I both liked him, and he wasn't really feeling anybody. He was just nice to everybody. So like total poker face, like no one could crack him. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna crack this nut because he's really really cute. And back then, guy crushes are like really harmless, not like how they are now, where they might end up death and stabbings and stuff. And we called him up on the phone, 3-way. So my friend called me, and then I called Denzel, old school phone. And I think I'm sweating. I pulled the phone because the cable's real long. I pulled the phone down the hallway into my room, but the phone wouldn't make it into my room. So the big part of the phone was outside in the hallway, and then the receiver part was in the room. And I'm like, okay, look, we're going to say this. I'm not going to redo the conversation. Send her no. And then I'm going to say this, and but you don't say anything until he says this, because then I'll know that he likes me, or he likes you, or he likes this other girl. So anyway, long story short, so we call him, we're talking to him, but he had like soccer practice or something, so he couldn't talk long, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. And so I said, well, I have to go. So he hangs up. And so my friend and I, my best friend and I, we're like talking. We're talking about him and how, like, what his lips look like, and how they're always like moist, and if he's ever been kissed before, if he's ever kissed anybody, and that we should start practicing kissing on like fruit, or things, or like oranges or whatever, just trying to figure out how to do a kiss. FYI, I had my first kiss in 10th grade. Okay, anyway, so he's listening to this whole conversation, and my girl best friend Ross, I'm not even gonna tell this business. So no, we were in 5th grade because everyone during that school year, they were like getting their menses and everything. So we're always talking about that and what would bring that on. And at the time, we all thought white powdered donuts would bring on your period. So nobody would eat that, even though everybody brought it to school. So we were talking about that, and he's listening the whole time until his mom says, Denzel, grab your bag and let's go. We're going to be late to practice. And we were so mortified. He was just listening to the whole conversation. And after that, Lord have mercy, he never talked to us that whole year. But the funny thing is, in middle school, I think around eighth grade, and definitely in 9th grade, we were super cool. We laughed about it, but man, it was when you're a preteen girl talking about all kinds of private, personal stuff, and a guy you like and crushing on is listening. It's mortifying. Nowadays, you guys would probably be on suicide watch. Hate to say it. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up because it's almost the 30-minute mark, and it's almost 6 o'clock. Look, y'all. Now I was going too far with all these questions. All right. So anyway, thank you for my diehards for hanging in and listening to my ramblings. But you got to know a little bit about me. I will do a part 2, and you know what? Excuse me. These books, now I'm not lying when I talk about books, I don't be lying. I don't make stuff up. When I tell you how much these books affected me, young black girl in college, young black woman in the workforce, I'm going to read these affirmations. I'll probably start with October 1. Let me do October 1 and then I'll get off, okay? And I think I might just do these readings and just put them up because I'm serious. They helped me. This might help you. So to jumpstart daily affirmations, what's today, Tuesday? No, I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll start it tomorrow. I'll do affirmations Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll do one for Black folks, but if you're not Black, it'll still apply to you. For women, and then I'll find one on finances because that's something that we all need to have daily affirmations on. So anyway, y'all, this is Vlogtober day 1. I got through it. I barely made it. I know it's late on the East Coast, but I got through it, and I'm seriously going to put a video out every single day. So so mess with me, hang with me on that. And this is Niki with that homeschool life. My vlogs will be just a mix, just a gumbo mix. Y'all, it's 31 days. I got to talk about something. So I don't care if I talk about my big toe that I broke. It's just going to be whatever it is, okay? So just rock with me. I will see you tomorrow. If there's anything you want to see me talk about, put it in the comment box below. Y'all know I read them. I am the most accessible YouTuber. Put it in the box. I'll read it, and I'll make it happen. All right? Like, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I upload a new video. And that's it. Oh, real quick, listen, I'm getting on Instagram, and y'all help me with that, okay? Because I really want to have a point where we moms can just, after we, homeschool our children, we can kind of just hang out with some coffee, tea, wine, whatever, and just chat with one another, okay? I would really, really like that. I was on Instagram like 3 days ago. Nobody talked to me. It was one person, but I think it was a guy. He seemed kind of weird. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. But I want my moms, my homeschoolers, whether you homeschool or not. I want my moms. I want that kind of party. So anyway, let me get out of here. I got it done. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you have if you're doing a Vlogtober, let me know so I can come support you and check you out. Okay. It's all love. All right. This is Niki with That Homeschool Life. Thank you so much for hanging in. I'll see you tomorrow. Day 2 of Vlogtober. Vlogtober. Bye guys. Peace.